Oh, hey everyone, it's Sheldon Marion here. Welcome to another Buick Outdoor Show. Today we made it to Williston Lake up in northern BC here. Today we're going to try to get to a spot called Hole in the Wall. The lake is nice and calm, so I'm going to chance it there with my little dinghy. But if there's any wind and stuff like that on this lake, the waves get pretty big, so you don't want to be taking a little 10-footer out and that stuff. But anyways, we're going to launch the boat here and see if we can't make it. It's down outside this little inlet and into a bit of a bigger water, so hopefully we can get there, and hopefully this weather stays nice. If not, it's going to be one heck of a long ride back. Stay tuned. Well, I think the trip into Hole in the Wall is just going to have to wait. We're right around the corner from the boat launch to that Butler Ridge part. Looking behind me here, you can see where all the wind's kind of picking up. A bunch of whitecaps out there. And that's hard enough when you're in a good size, like 18-foot boat. You're a little 10-footer like this. That's just, you're just asking for trouble going into shit like that. So I'm just gonna turn around and go back and go do some fishing. Got the life jacket on today. If you fall into this water, it's so deep and cold. Pretty sure you would lock up before you swam back to shore. So at least this way you can find me if I fall in. Alright, let's get the hell out of this deep stuff and go back into our little protected inlet and let's go do some fishing. Alright, so we weren't able to make it into Hole in the Wall so far here this morning. Maybe this afternoon, if the weather gets better, we'll head in there. But I found a nice little cove, or little bay, whatever you want to call it here, and there's a really nice creek that flows in. Where we were was over there. That's our little protective inlet. It keeps going up over there, up into Dunlevy Creek. And then the main part of the lake is over there where we were trying to get the hole in the wall, but you can't. Today there's too much white caps and waves and crap like that. It's just asking for trouble with your little boat. But in here, it's a nice little cove in here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the boat again, and I'm going to idle in there where the where that creek flows in and show you guys. Alrighty, so we're still in our little creek spot here, and the hook I'm going to be using, it works like a hot damn in the rivers for bull trout. It's a little Gibbs crocodile. This size is 1/2. Bull trout just hammer this in the river, so I don't see why it wouldn't work here, but we'll give her a try. In this lake, it's extremely deep, so I just put 2 little weights on the line there too. One thing that sucks about not having a fish finder, not knowing how deep you are, 'cause right here everything's kind of cut down real fast, but with the creek coming in here, it might be shallow, but oh well, if we snag up on the bottom, we get snagged. Well, as you see, I just took you through another little chute that's out here. It's kind of cool. It brings you up into the north end of this little branch that we're fishing in. And this over here is where the Dunlevy Creek flows in. Yesterday I was out here and I caught one little bull trout. He was just over a pound. So that wasn't too bad. He didn't fight like anything though. I thought I got snagged up on a tree or something, but got him anyways. So today we're going to try again around here and see what we can catch. Again, I'm still using the Gibbs crocodile, or Gibbs croc. If this doesn't work, I'll switch to blue and silver. If that doesn't work, I got all kinds of stuff. I was watching a thing there, they have a dipsy diver, I think it's called. And it'll dive your stuff to 40 feet. The one that I got in here, I was talking to the guys with the fish finder. They're saying that everything around here is about 100 feet deep or more. In the main channel where the campsite is, it's like 200 feet. So definitely potential for a big lake trout in here, and hopefully I can catch one. There we go, I got hooked into something here. Doesn't feel very big. Little bull trout. There. He just let go right here at the boat. Just a little guy. Man, things are lazy as hell in this lake. Oh well. Fire up and let's go after another one. Well, the wind started to pick up out on the lake there, so I decided to come back in, and I'm going to take the dogs down here to Dunlevy Creek and let them run around, see if I can get some pictures and stuff. Yeah, once the wind dies down, we'll hop back into the boat, head back out again. But right now, once that wind picks up on this big lake, it gets pretty hairy if you're in a little boat. So I decided to come back in. Anyways, when we get to the creek here, I'll turn everything back on and check out the creek. Well, I went to the creek there, but there's 3 holiday trailers, a bunch of kids and people running around there, so I kept going up the road. Check out some of these old roads here. Anyways, there's kind of 3 roads. There's one main one that just keeps going along the lake there for not too far. It goes to a little resort and spa. Then there's this road that I'm on here now, and it only went up maybe a kilometer. That comes to a bit of a dead end, but there's some phone service out here. So what I'm doing now is I got my list of names from everybody, from everyone in the fishing rod contest there to get the kids outside and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna spend some time, pull apart all these names here. I don't have any scissors with me. I got left those in the holiday trailer, but I'm slowly getting her. And then yeah, I'll do this draw for the kids' fishing rod, tackle box, and a whole pile of tackle. So for now, I'm just gonna hang out with the dogs, listen to some CBC radio. Slowly get the names one by one ripped off of this. Then I'll do the draw. Well, we've been on this road here for quite a while now. It's been an uphill climb the entire time, but right here I definitely had to stop just to show you guys the view here. It's a big wide open clearing. You can see across the valley, and you can see where pretty well the whole Butler Ridge is. Butler Ridge is like 15 kilometers too, so this is just crazy right here. But I'll turn the camera around so you guys can see it. Unfortunately, it's so hot out today that there's like a big haze. And of course on the video, like this doesn't do it justice. This is just spectacular out here. I can't wait to see what happens when we get to the top where the road's still going, so I'm gonna keep driving up there and see where it goes. But hopefully hopefully we don't run into any grizzlies or cougars up here. Last time I was out here quite a few years ago in my old Ford Ranger, I didn't make it nearly this far, but I ended up stopping because there was a bunch of snow on the road. Then I got out, but there's a little cougar there kind of growling at me, so I got back in and took off. But so far this time's been uneventful, and definitely can't beat the views. Alright, stay tuned. Well, we've made a bit of a detour. Kind of went up for a drive there, check out the mountain. Now we're back to the creek and there's nobody down here now, so shouldn't be a problem letting the dogs out, let them run around. I'm gonna try getting some of these cool little like moving water pictures. See them kind of all over the internet, so I'm gonna see if I can kind of recreate them anyways. Yeah, usually right now I guess the lake is extremely low, which I believe, because usually right here, every time I've come through here, this is all underwater. So it's kind of neat seeing it like this, but we'll get to the main part of the creek here and set up the camera and get all the settings set up for it and see what I can do. Perfect little dog bath for him. Well, I got a couple of pictures of the creek here. I think I did pretty good with the trying to get the moving water kind of thing there, but I don't know, we'll see once I get them all onto the computer anyways. I guess now maybe it's time to go back to the trailer and maybe grab a bite to eat or something, then head back out, do some more fishing. Right now the wind, it's kind of died down, but there's still some clouds coming in, but as long as that wind don't pick up, we should be good to go. Well, we're back into our little protective bay here, where we've been getting some strikes from the bull trout, but there's been a whole pile of small little fish jumping around. I'm gonna switch things up. I just got the old trusty J hook, little weight, and my bobber on, and I'm gonna toss a worm on here and see if I can catch one of them. There's a big school of them jumping just right across here from us. So I think I'm gonna fire up and motor over there. Ooh, that was a big one there. Yeah, the heck with right here. We're moving over there. That one though there, that one looked like a rainbow. That was pretty big, but yeah, they're all kind of in the middle here, jumping. Nothing's really happening over here, so yeah. Let's move over there and then we'll see if we can catch some of these buggers. Alrighty, well, we made our little move. Just came over about 100 yards. They're jumping already right there, look at that. Hey, there we go. Little rainbow. Lively thing. Oh crap, I didn't. Oops. Sorry about that, didn't zoom you out. Oh man, oh man. There we go. Nice little rainbow. Pretty sure he's too small to keep. I don't think you'd want to keep him anyways. Well, I tried my damnedest, but don't like keeping them when they're that small. Well, it's another beautiful day out here in Williston Lake. We've been catching rainbows and bull trout. The lake's known for lake trout, but haven't caught any of them. But that's alright. Today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try jigging for some of these bull trout. I've never done it before, never really heard of it being done before, but I guess you can jig for lake trout, so can't be much different than bull trout. So I'm going to get all set up here, then I'll turn the camera back on and show you guys what I'm using, and hopefully I can get some fish. Alrighty, well, I got everything all rigged up here. What I got on now is just a Berkeley power bait, little white minnow, and a black jig head. Right now too, the wind's kind of starting to pick up and kind of blowing through this little canyon here, so like what I might do is just toss my jig out and just let it kind of bottom bounce. Let this wind kind of control us. I also got the GoPro mounted on my chest here, see if I can get another different cool shot. Shot from the net, that looks pretty cool, but same thing over and over again, just kind of gets boring. So try something new. Little buggers running right towards us. Oh jeez. Ruthless. Look at him. There, a nice little rainbow. There. Man, that hook was the size of him. Got another one on. This one feels a little bit bigger, but not by much. Feels like a bull trout though. Real lazy, just kind of dragging them in. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Alrighty, reeled in the second one for the day. The first one was a little rainbow. I didn't turn this camera on, but I had the GoPro going. He's a lively little bugger. Another little bull trout. Well, we're allowed to keep one as long as they're over 30 centimeters and smaller than 50. He's about the right size, especially with just one guy eating them. Not 30, 32, 33. I think he might be supper tonight. There, get the old line out. Still flopping. These things here are nice. I hook it onto either where the oars go or onto the bow of the boat. And they just put this through the gills and it comes out their mouth and you clip it on there. And that way you can throw your fish overboard and they stay nice and cool and wet. They don't dry out in the sun and get gross and crusty. There we go. Latch there, latched over there, put them overboard and keep fishing. Alright, seeing how we've been having some pretty good luck catching these fish here, I'm going to show you how I go about filleting them. Doesn't really matter what side you start on, this side or this side. I usually start like this. Go right in behind the gill plate and the dorsal fin, go down till you reach the spine. And this here, that just cuts off the skin. And when you're doing that, you don't have to really slice the fish. You're pretty well just kind of separating it. I'll just clean this up. Now for the ribs. So So what you want to do is all the rib bones kind of start right here. So what I do is I kind of slice down until I start getting nice, long, even cuts. And once as you start cutting down, you turn your knife, because the ribs will run like this. So once as you cut into it, you run it so when your knife is cutting against those rib bones. That way you lose the least amount of meat as possible. And there you go, that's all the ribs taken out. So there's a skinless, boneless fillet. Now there is some bones that run in here, and you can cut them out. If it's salmon, I use tweezers and I pull them out one by one with tweezers. But with these, they're so small and stuff. Once as you cook them, they just kind of melt away or soften up. Then when you do this side, it's a little bit difficult for me, just because there's nothing really to hold on to, and you're cutting kind of away from you. But it's the same thing, you just cut down to get the spine. I hold on to its head or put my finger into its gill plate. Gee, dull knife. Now when you're doing this for skinning them, I use my finger. I just hold on to it like that, and then once I get it going, I put it between my finger and my thumb and I squeeze on her. Some people use a fork. So if you don't have all that strong hands, you can use a fork. When I do it, I just kind of rotate the skin kind of back and forth. And the knife really doesn't really move. And that's your skin. There you go. 2 skinless, boneless fillets. That second one there, I kind of screwed up a bit, but it's kind of harder coming back that way, but oh well. Well guys, the weather, it hasn't been cooperating here too much today. It's been kind of, wind has been picking up and then the rain's been off and on. So I haven't really left the trailer much today. Read a bit more of my book, watched some Dukes of Hazzard, had the generator going there for about an hour, had a nap. Now the rain, it's still coming down, so I think I'm going to take the time and do a little cooking part there, maybe do some potatoes and fish on the barbecue, maybe do some deep fried fish too. We have 2 fish that need to be cooked up, and dogs can always have a bit of a treat too, have a little bit of a fish feast with them. But this is the site that I've been staying at. It's not an actual campground here. It's a spot where you can, the boat launch is just right around the corner here and down the hill. And then this is where you just kind of leave your boat trailer and your pickup and all that stuff. But there was me, 2 other campers here, and then there's one just over in the corner lot there. And yeah, it's been a good time, and slowly winding down. I got another day or two left out here. We'll see what happens with the weather. If it keeps raining, I'll probably just go home. But yeah, this is her. So let's get to cooking. Alrighty, first things first, let's get these potatoes going here. It's just me out here, so one potato will do. Yeah, probably half this will go to the dogs. There we go, get some tin foil. A little bit of salt and pepper, some seasoning salt. Actually, we'll skip the salt. We'll just put seasoning salt and then a little bit of garlic powder on there and should be good to go. There we go. Now we'll take them and throw them onto the barbecue. Ooh. Alrighty, and now for our fish, just got some margin on some tin foil here. Grab our skinless and boneless fillets that we did up. Take it easy. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pepper on there. A little bit of lemon and herb spice. Then we'll top it off with a couple slices of lemon. Yeah, I'm going to squeeze that little bit of juice in there. There we go. Now we'll wrap this up, and then in a few minutes here, once those potatoes cook a little bit, we'll take these and throw them on the barbecue next to. One other thing that we can do while we wait for that for the potatoes to cook, so we can get our flour ready. I don't use much. We only got 2 small fillets to do, so there might be a cup of flour in there. And then you can either season your flour, or you can season your fish. Today I'm going to season the flour. I like a lot of spices in it, so I put a lot of pepper. A little bit of seasoning salt. And a whole lot of garlic. There we go. Now that's pretty well ready to go. Once we get our fish on the barbecue, we'll get the oil in the pan and get our fillets breaded up and get those deep fried. Alrighty, well, the potatoes been on the barbecue now for about 45 minutes, so we got about a 1/2 inch of oil in the frying pan. Got that going, our flour seasoned, our fish is ready here and there. Took a can of beans, threw that onto the barbecue. So I think now what I'll do is I'll take our fish outside and get that onto the barbecue next to. Then we'll start to deep fry the other fish. There we go. The fish fry isn't complete without a big old can of beans, eh? Get these nice and coated. This hasn't been on for too long, but one way to check it, see if it's ready, is take some of your batter, throw her in there. If it bubbles right away, then she's good to go, but not quite hot enough yet. Alright, well, I've tested her here a few more times here now, and see it kind of bubbles up right away, so I'm going to call that good enough. Grab our fish, wipe off any extra flour. You always want to lay it away from you too, that way if there's any splashes and stuff it doesn't splash onto you. There we go, we'll let them cook here for a little bit. Then when those are done, the fish outside and the potatoes outside should be done. Beans will be hot and we'll be eating. Well, we've been frying here for a few minutes now. Time to give her a flip. always flip it against the side. That way it doesn't splash and make a big mess or possibly cause a fire. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Almost done. Alrighty, well, I think I'm going to call that good enough. So we'll get this fish out of here. Then we'll grab our stuff off the barbecue and dish up a plate for me, dish up plates for the dogs. Oh yeah, looks real good. Well, I'm going to get rid of this oil, and then we'll go outside and we'll grab the stuff off the barbecue. Alright, we got everything in from the barbecue. Let's open her up. Let's check her all out. Ooh, smells pretty good. Oh yeah. It's gonna be one heck of a good meal. Well, there you have it. That's supper tonight. I made up a plate for myself. Got the dogs full all made up. Ruger boy, you're looking hungry, huh? Yeah, wag that tail. And Daisy girl. Hey, buddy. Alright, let's eat some food, hey? Hungry, Rug? Yeah? Okay, let's eat. Well, hey guys, our time is coming to an end here at Williston Lake. I just want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Buick Outdoors. I just want to take a second there to just thank everybody for entering into that last contest I was doing. I think we got a lot of kids out in the outdoors. A winner was chosen there, and just so happened to be that her kid broke his fly rod, so when I get back into town I'll be buying a fly rod for him and a tackle box and a bunch of tackle. And for the next contest, what I want to do is I want to get a kid out hunting. So with that, it'll be open for kids probably around the ages of 10 to 18, and I just want to hear from you guys. Write up a little thing, why you want to hunt, or what does it mean to be in the outdoors. And the winner of that will get put through either their core course or their Alberta Hunter Education course. All free of charge. I'll be paying for everything. If it's in Fort St. John, I'll even swing by and supply lunch for you. But anyways, thanks again so much. Thank you for liking the pages and sharing and just spreading the word and stuff. Also got a graphics design team working on a little logo for me, so in the near future we'll have stickers, hats, and eventually some coffee mugs. And then also I'll be doing a few like raffles and stuff like that, giving away probably like a tent package and chairs and maybe a lantern or something like that, but that's all in the future. Anyways, thanks again guys, and see you on the next one.